Silent prayers I've been holding through the cold nights, through the shadows, waiting for the tide to pull me. I carved my temples in the dark, every vice a hymn I kept in secret. Chains I wore like gold around my wrist, rituals that whisper comfort, then regret. I sailed alone on frozen streams, guided by the flicker of my hidden dreams. Every sip, every smoke, a compass lost, tracing constellations only I could cross. But the walls are thinner now, I hear the wind calling my name. The horizon drifts, I feel the pull, time to let the storm reclaim its flame. Open the windows, let the cold breathe in, face the ghosts I've nurtured like kin. Light through the cracks, shadows collide, I'm learning to sail with them inside. No more hiding, no more disguise. The tide is turning and I'll rise. These demons, my quiet congregation, fed them daily, held them as salvation. But devotion, blood into a cage, every prayer a spark, every vice a page. I chart the stars, they spin beneath my feet, mapping the chaos that I call my retreat. I let the current guide me through the fear, every whisper of the wind feels like a mirror. The night is melting into fragile light, I feel the air sharp and infinite. A final breath, I step forward, eyes open, unafraid of night. The cold breathing, face the ghosts I've nurtured like kin. Light through the cracks, shadows collide, I'm learning to sail with them inside. No more hiding, no more disguise. The tide is turning and I'll rise. I'm weightless, carried by the wind. Every chain I held a lesson pinned. The storm within, now a guiding hand. I navigate my across the sand. Open the windows, let the cold breathe in, face the ghosts I've nurtured like kin. Light through the cracks, shadows collide,